Okay, hi everyone. My name is Batuan. I don't know what I'm trying to do now, but this is it. Let's see how it goes. Today, I just left my job, the first job I had after my college graduation. I had been working there for 4 years. I just left it today. I'm gonna be going to a different company
At the light, turn left
weeks.
onto Bowers Avenue. Then you'll take a slight right onto the US 101 South ramp to San Jose.
I want
Slight
to do
right
a
onto
road
the
trip.
US 101 South ramp.
So I'm gonna go from like SF to Utah areas and come back, and I will do like go to national parks.
In 500 meters, merge onto US 101 South.
As you'll see like where I'm going and heading. I don't wanna reveal everything, all the details right now, but you'll see how it goes. But generally what I'm trying to do is describe my life, basically, like when I'm going through. I will have lots of time, like at least around like 40-50 hours in the car next couple 10 days. So I thought, oh, like I can listen to music, I can listen to podcasts, but it might get boring. I just want to share my life.
Continue on US 101 South for 56
talk
kilometers.
About like specific sections of my life, different ideas that I have, different feelings that I have. It doesn't have to be different, it can be just very basic things, but I just want to share it with you guys. And one of the other things that I'm thinking is like, everybody wants to be a vlogger, but like, why do you want to be a blogger? You want other people to view your stuff, you want to get hype. Maybe to some extent, but at the same time, maybe I just thought this could be a cool memento history for me, maybe for my future kids, if I have any in future, and I can just show them, hey, here's this thing that your dad did when he was going through life, and this is just a piece of him. You can listen to his life, these feelings, and get to know what he was like. Likewise, same goes for my family, for my friends. I don't know if everybody wants to listen to a guy blabbering on the roads, empty roads, trafficy roads, mountain roads, city roads for like 40-50 hours. Probably hell nah, nobody wants that, but so it is what it is. I'm just doing it. I'm just winging it, man. I just want to try things out. That's what I want to do in life. I want to try things out. We all feel like there are too many things that we want to do, but we don't know how to do them. Let's just make it happen. Let's just try it out. If it works out, it works out. If it doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. Okay, let's start with the route a little bit, the plan, and basically I will go through like 6-7 national parks. We'll see each one of them. One is like Death Valley National Park, and there's Grand Canyon, Zion, Bryce Canyon, maybe Capitol Reef. Not sure if we're gonna hit that one, but maybe the ones in Utah. Then on the way back to SF, like Great Basin National Park. And if we get lucky, if you have time, we'll ski snowboard in Park City. Maybe we'll ski snowboard in Tahoe. I also have my snowboard stuff with me. I don't have the board, but just like floating and things, because typically I rent. I still don't know the board yet, which I gotta do. I gotta buy one. But we'll get to that when we reach it. And on this journey, it will be just me. It's me. It's Batuan, the guy who has been talking for non-stop for a long while. And yeah, lots of changes in my life, as I said to you. Left my job. I spent 4 years there. Was a good time, bad time. Good things, bad things. To be honest, lately it had been much more good than bad. Lately the work has been getting better. You're doing more efficient tasks, more meaningful things. The sentiment of my managers my directors has been better. I think it was difficult to leave my job. I didn't think it would be this difficult, because for a really long time I didn't want to be in this company. But then, past 2 years, the team I was working with, they were amazing people. They were actually talented engineers, great people building interesting enough stuff. And not everything was ideal, but there were a lot of the good things that I liked. So leaving the job for a different opportunity that sounds
There's
more exciting,
on US 101 South between junctions 389 and 388A that is causing a delay.
I fucking do love unknowns.
You can avoid it by going via I-5 South, which
As you
saves
can see,
3 minutes.
I'm on a road trip
If
for
you
like
prefer
10
to
days.
stay on the current route,
I
tap no
definitely
thanks.
love unknowns. Yeah, difficult process. I love my coworkers. We had a great social life. We would play basketball. We go out for drinks, for food, throw parties, invite each other. So that social aspect is making it very difficult to say goodbye. I hope the next journey professionally will be better and will make me feel more content and get me to the places that I want to be, and it will be in San Francisco.
In 800 meters, use the right 2 lanes to take exit 390 for California 87 South.
And there won't be like cross-continent, global interactions that has been difficult to maintain. Late night meetings or early morning meetings are not going to happen as much. So overall, things I feel are going to be better, but damn, I will miss the people so much. They are great, man. Great people. It sucks. Any farewell sucks. Especially, like, this is what my manager told me. I don't know how true it is, but even if it is your, like, the worst job ever that you hate, but it's very difficult to say goodbye. Even that you will there will be parts that you will miss, right?
Use the right 2 lanes to take exit 390.
Because nothing ever in this life comes fully great or like fully bad. There's always ups and downs, always balances. Yeah, always. Oh, I think I couldn't turn right in the time that I was supposed to, because it's the first time I'm doing
Head
this.
east on US 101 South. Continue on US 101 South for 52 kilometers.
To a video camera.
There's a 12-minute congestion in 400 meters. You're still on the fastest route.
I'm eating a McDonald's. That was difficult. Difficult in the sense that I'm not used to it. It's interesting. It's fun. I keep blabbering, but it is difficult to navigate in this traffic. There's so many other cars behind you. You need to act fast, but I have a McFlurry in my hand and talking to the camera. How can I do that? Yeah. I don't know, man. Life is interesting. For this job, before I left it, I thought like I was gonna be so happy when I go to a different job, and that everything will be, fixed, everything will be resolved, just like wishful thinking, hopefully. But then the closer it got, the more realization that reality happened, this is actually happening, the more difficult it became. I didn't hesitate to leave it. I still left it, but I kept thinking about the things that I'm gonna lose, the people I'm gonna lose, which made it more difficult. And dude, like they did a great farewell to me. I had a great farewell lunch. Even in my last day, they poured like great drinks, like whiskey. For like 30 minutes, we had a great conversation. Yeah, man. It's been difficult, but we'll survive. We'll navigate. We'll work hard. We'll get new opportunities. We'll build new connections. Change is inevitable. Just gotta get used to it. Same for my girlfriend. My ex-girlfriend, let's say. Because we broke up a few weeks ago. Oh man. There's so much feeling, so much thinking there that I want to discuss. But I can't discuss those yet. But first, before we go through all of that in detail, I have to start from the beginning. Who am I? What am I? Give you a summary where I am in this point of my life. How do you start describing yourself? Do you say your age, your profession, whether you're male, female, non-binary, whatever the fuck? What do you say? You know? How do you describe yourself for the first time ever to all those people that don't know anything about you in a way that will make them feel excited? I guess one way is to describe characteristics, describe what kind of things you're looking out for. One is explorer. I love exploring, man. I love exploring. Not in all things, but in specific things. I love exploring life as it is. What other paths of life that I can walk through, what other different experiences that I can get through, what other cultures that I can get through. For me, it's never enough. I think for anybody, it's never enough, but for me, specifically, I get bored, tired easily. And I don't know why. Yeah. But I still like exploring, going from one thing to another. Different hobbies, different people, different jobs, I guess. Different countries. I lived in Turkey for 19 years in my life when I was growing up. That's where I grew up, in Istanbul. Then I moved to America for the past 7 years I've been here. Probably that is like one of the biggest identifiers of who I am, because in a lot of my aspects of life, I am an immigrant. You can tell that, and that becomes a identity that you put yourself in. I feel very, very American in the sense that, like, how I live my life. But at the end of the day, you're still put into the immigrant category and get along with other immigrants. I don't know. What else? How do you identify yourself? In terms of more of all that stuff, I'm a cis male hetero-ish, hetero mostly guy, maybe very little bi-curious. Here now and now, some intrusive thoughts, you know, or what if different things. We'll talk more about that. What else? How else do people identify themselves? Let's hear. They tell about where they live. I live in San Francisco. Hayes Valley, baby. I love that place. I love it so much. My housemate, he got me there. He's a college friend of mine. I really appreciate him. I thank him for that. Good guy. Great guy. What other things do people say? Let's not go into profession yet. Profession, I already told to some extent, but I'm a very realist person. I believe always good to know what is out there real. I think when you're too optimistic, it hurts you eventually, because you're like too, how would you say, too naive sometimes, and you make mistakes. And then when you're too pessimist, nobody should ever be too pessimist. That's not a way of living, man. It's like, if you're, rather than being a fully pessimist, just die, man. It's actually better. I'm sorry. All the political correctness, suicide hotline, oh, if you support whatever. I'm just a person. I have my own beliefs. If you're such a very bad pessimistic, don't just live. It's miserable. It's like sufferable. You gotta have some belief in you that things are gonna be better, because they do turn out to be eventually. When you look at it statistically, like, there's always the worst, and the worst is very rare to happen. So in most cases, there will be something better than the worst. So don't just think always the worst, because most of the times it will be better than the worst. It might not be good, it might not be great, but it'll be fine. It might work out. What else I am? I feel like I care. Everybody cares to some extent, but I feel like I care about my family, my friends, you know? I genuinely want to support them to my best extent. Yeah. They matter to me a lot. I'm a man of movies. I fucking love watching movies. When I was young, I used to watch movies with my dad every night. That was our thing. So it made me feel so close to movies, and that's where my comfort zone is. I watch like movies, and now I feel great. The bad days, I watch a movie, everything's great. Now it's I like sports. I used to do a lot of sports when I was a kid. I used to play basketball. Then I didn't do sports for a certain time in high school, but then I got back in it. And then in college, I had a lot of sports. I did taekwondo. After college, there were times I stopped doing sports. I did sports. In general, I just fucking love sports, and I want to keep it up. Have as much as possible. Have an active life. Just move around, be around, do things. I believe that we weren't created like to just be in offices and like sit in couches all day long. I mean, we can do that sometimes, but the world is for us to explore. All the trees, all the beauty, all the nature, all the fun and enjoyment. So what were we gonna do if we're back in the old ages where we needed to hunt and gather? That's just the human instinct, right? You can't just be in a fucking office all day long and do nothing. Gotta let that part of our life shape us. What else am I? And then sometimes you identify yourself as like how you relate to others, right? Sometimes you're like, I'm a dad, I'm a mom, I'm a daughter. I used to be a lover. I used to be a boyfriend, but no more. I am a son to my mom. I'm a brother to my older brother. I have 4 brothers in total, including me, if you count me as a brother. Siblings, to be more factually correct in English. 4 siblings. Hell yeah, baby. 4 siblings. 2 of them including me, from my actual mom, my real mom, the mom that I love, and then 2 of them from the woman my dad married afterwards. She's not my mom. She's not my dad's new wife. I respect her some of them, but definitely not my mom. But 2 brothers from my dad's second wife, and those are very young. One is 8 years old, one is 4 years old. Yeah. My older brother lives in Germany. He's doing electrical engineering related information theory PhD. He's a very smart guy, very cool guy. I like him a lot. He's my role model. Oh, of course, all the time. I used to look up to him all the time. I still do. There are many aspects of his life I want to be a part of. Not be a part of, but to be able to replicate. His love, his care, his deepness, his psychological thinking. I really like him. And then I like playing with the younger kids, the younger brothers. They're much smaller, so it's a little bit more difficult to have communications with them, but I do like playing with them. Last time I visited Turkey, we played ball with them. they were doing little funny things. I let them win the game, you know. I didn't play to my best. We were like doing some shooting with feet and shooting with hands, goalkeeping. I made them get entertained. That's what mattered. And I like that they were 2 together, fighting against me, like playing against me. I like that. I like that they are the brothers, right? That they're together and they're working on it. I like that part. And I want them to have as much togetherness as possible as I did with my brother. I think that matters a lot. And it's also one of the reasons, if I ever have kids in future, I want them to have 2, like both kids, like at least 2 kids. Sorry, for a second my mind slipped because I was looking at the road, thinking of something, but got distracted again. Keep blabbering. Yo, this is really difficult, you know? And I'm probably gonna post these, keep fully unfiltered, like extremely cringe, all the way down, but so raw, so real, no edits. You take it however you like. 4KT K533, that's the name of the Honda in front of me. I don't know why I'm rapping, dude. I'm trying to do Oakland Road, 13th Street. When I was in Michigan, we had the 8 Mile Street, 388. You call me late. What's up, brother? That was horrible take, horrible rap, right? Coming back to it. Okay, let's stick to a few topics so that this becomes easier. One of the initial episodes that I wanted to do in this car is to tell you about my life story. So, I told you, right? I grew up in Turkey. I was born. And the earliest things I can remember are probably like in kindergarten. I used to fight with kids a lot. I would punch them. I would bleed their nose. I liked the girl. I used to give my mom's necklaces, earrings, steal them and like give it to the girl when I was very little. things like that, you know, like little naughty boy. I remember those times. Probably like those were the first times, like maybe like when I was 3 or 4. But from what all the other people told me about my family friends, that when I was growing up, I used to be extremely naughty, very very interested in things, but extremely naughty. I would put like these chips in a cassette player, tape player, and the chips would make sounds because apparently I like the sound of that. And I would just like push the cassette player in the VHS player in, and then the chips would crack. Or we would go into a store with my mom, a shopping store called Mango, and I would just go all around, like scream, play around with all the clothes, throw them around, and the storekeepers were like, "Fucking hell, man, woman, dear lady, what is wrong with your kid? If you have such a fucking naughty kid, you cannot bring that kid to our store. How dare you do that?" You know, that kind of naughtiness. There is a story, apparently, I have no recollection of this, but a story where one of my mom's friends, when she was working, like my mom's friend is the co-worker, and apparently I got mad at her or my mom, something like that, and then I hid the keys to the house so that my mom couldn't go into the house with her, and they couldn't find the keys for a long time. And I don't know why I did that, but stuff like that. Or sometime I remember very vividly, this is maybe not naughty but just a thing, but like there was a time where I peed in the back of the car in the middle, and we were around like a pastry store. For some reason, like there was no restroom available, and I had to pee, and I peed in the middle. All these weird childhood things, memories that comes into my brain. Oh yeah, traffic a little bit less, but we'll get there again. Report ice activity. Okay, that is interesting. That bear is like very cool. Wow. Okay. I like dancing. That is cool. See, this is the kind of protest we want. This is the kind of things that grab your attention and catch it. You're like, oh, what's going on there? And traffic starts. Yeah, very naughty kid. And then, as I grew older, actually the naughtiness didn't stop. I was still naughty, and I was smart, intelligent kid, pretty brilliant, picked up things, but yeah. What else? And then, yeah, maybe let's talk about this. In the elementary school, I was very chubby, very chubby, very fat kid. I loved eating all kinds of snacks. Even today, I love eating snacks. I don't buy snacks that much, but when there's available snacks, I love it. When there's available desserts, I love it. I just can't resist it. Very difficult to resist. But I was a fat kid, and as you all know, in all the movies and in all the stories, for a fat kid, you don't get the ladies when you're young. That's a problem, right? Because I used to fall in love so many times as a kid. I'd be like, oh, I'm in love with this girl. I would write poems for them. I would like listen to all these sad love songs like Evanescence, Bring Me to Life, and and talk about them. Like, think about these girls. Be like, oh my god, I would be so happy if we're together. I seriously would have been, but that was the knowledge that I had. Watching all the movies with my parents, seeing all the love scenes. It felt more serious to me. But I didn't get it because the girls didn't like a chubby kid. They liked the cool kids, as always. You know, like the cycle.
There are police reported ahead.
The cycle of it. Good guy likes good girls. Good girls like bad boys. Bad girls like bad boys. Bad boys like bad girls. So it gets fucked. All the good girls and good guys get fucked because they don't get it, but only the bad boys and bad guys get happy. Ooh. Harsh. I told you could have done this, but hey, slow down. Is there a fast lane? If there's a fast lane, I'm gonna use the fast lane. I am not sure. Anyways, coming back to love stories, yeah, I would get hurt a lot. Unrequited love, cry a lot, and I was growing up. I was smart, but angry. Angry for some reasons, for some very reasons that I don't know, probably like lots of stuff in my family life. I had decent parents. My mom was great, my dad was good enough, but they didn't like each other that much. I mean, they loved each other, but you know, they didn't treat each other well. They didn't respect each other well. Didn't find middle ground easily. They were just destroying each other's lives, and I think that took a toll on me. Yeah, so probably I took it out on the other guys with all my love plus my mom and dad's situation. I probably took it out on all the other people when I was fighting with them. And some interesting things that I remember is one time there was this girl that I liked in 4th grade or 5th grade, and I thought she liked me, and she was kinda, because like responding to me a bit, but then she wasn't fully responding in a fully confirming way, but like kinda, yeah, it was interesting, it was weird. I thought she kinda liked me but didn't like me, couldn't tell, but eventually down the line I got very upset to her one day. Don't even remember why exactly, but a lot of things in my life, in my memories, where I'm like, I don't remember exactly, especially the childhood ones. And then I just punched her in the nose. Yeah, that was really bad, and I apologized to her afterwards because principals in the school got really mad. They were like, what? How dare you punch a girl? You cannot do this. What do you think you're doing? What is this? Is this dingo's barn? Which is a saying in Turkish. Basically, dingo's barn means like some random middle of nowhere place. Basically, like we're not in you're like in a civilized world, so you cannot do this. And yeah, there was another case with that same girl where we were joking about some things, and like we were using bad language, and with another friend as well, we were talking about her in like sexually explicit ways and like using bad language. And then our teacher found that out in 4th, 5th grade. The note that we were passing it to each other, and then there was in our school there was this psychological person. We called it Rehberlik. It's like guidance counselor. Basically, it's more like a person for the kids to go that's more on the psychological level, more like social person of the school that takes care of like kids' growth and all that stuff. And then the other principal was more of the, you know, the business, the education, like the teachers and everything. But that one was more on the personal level of things. And she was like, you think this is great? You do? No, this is not good. It's not good. We'll punish you. So what we'll do as a punishment is we'll gonna make you do a presentation, a poster. Back when I was young, posters were the thing, bro. I don't think kids these days would even make posters. They're just like using their iPads, like everything online. But back in the day, posters were a thing. You would get like this big cardboard. You'll cut some photos. I didn't even remember how did we print these photos. But yeah, you'll get these like cutouts, and then you'll glue them in on the poster. Cardboard. You'll write things down, and we presented that. I don't remember what we presented there, like some boring bullshit. They just wanted somebody to present, but couldn't find someone, so they punished us to do that. And all these things, you know, 1 through 5, naughty boy, smart, intelligent, but naughty. Teachers like me and hated me at the same time, I guess, because they like me because, you know, I was smart and intelligent, but like they didn't like me because I was also, you know, stubborn, arrogant, and full of confidence. And after that, 6, 7 other girls that I fell in love with. And in Turkey, they're in the 6th, 7th, 8th grade. When I was in school back then, you had to take a national exam each year, 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. So I took those. Lots of hard work. My mom wanted me to do well so that I get placed in a great high school. It was intense. I had to work a lot. In school, the school that I went to was a private school, and they were one of the better schools. They prepared like the kids the most, and they had rigorous, intense classes, expectations, and I did fine. But yeah, that was the process. And at the same time, there was this girl thing, and yeah, my heart was getting burned in a bad way. Getting hurt. Yay! You see the green maybe. Hopefully, the rest of the way there's no traffic. I tried to get out of my office area, which was like Santa Clara, South Bay. I tried to get out of there as much as possible before the 5 p.m. traffic hits. So now we're on it, baby. Going through it. Ice cream is over. Stores are rolling. Yeah, let's continue. Love. Oh yeah. Yeah, there is this girl. Her name was Öykü, which means story in Turkish. Oh man, she was a beautiful girl. She knew I liked her. She for sure though. I know, man. All these little girls back in the day, they were cunning. They knew you liked them. They knew it. As much as you liked them, they knew you liked them. But you know, they pretended that they didn't know, but they still liked the attention. They liked that you liked them, but they ignored that you liked them, which was very interesting. If you like that I like you, why don't you like me back? But that was the game. That was the play. Maybe they were just young, you know, or maybe just attention. I guess even today, that's how it is. Some still do it. Things are not very simple for those people. story there. As I said, evanescence bring me to life. Times I tried to visit that girl, we would be messaging, we had phones, and like, I would message her and try to talk to her. She was the love of my life, you know. If it couldn't be, I felt like I need to die. I listened to all these songs. Hey there, Delilah, what's it like in New York City? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl, tonight you look so pretty, yes you do. I'm telling you, it was you. I swear it's true. Or Turkish songs like belki durup dururken yanıma gelince söylediklerimi anlamsız buldum. Oysa vakit yoktu ama sen haklıydın. Çünkü böyle şeyler aceleye gelmezdi. Yalandan da olsa. And this was a Turkish song from a Turkish TV show that started in summer, one of the summers, and that was like a beautiful, beautiful TV show, like two girls, two guys, about their love affairs, and everybody goes on between each other, and all this stuff, like love that doesn't get fulfilled. Yeah, all that sort of things. But the great thing was like there was this band who made great music, and their songs was featured in this TV show, and that's how they got famous. And everybody loved them. And this band, I went to their concerts a lot in high school because they were also touring high schools during high school festivals. We used to have like these high schools festivals in Turkey, but like really good high schools with pro events, which was really, really cool, really fun thing. I don't know why they don't do that here. But back in the day in Turkey, that was a thing. Life started in high school. Yeah. By the way, my Slack is still active for my work. I don't think they deactivated me, but probably they will do later today. So, not sure when will I have my Slack ready. Doesn't matter. I was driving on this road, going down south, maybe south to Dead Valley. But yeah, love classes, exams. Yeah, I remember very vividly that like that year, the 6th grade, I didn't go to an additional study place. I was just studying from the school. But I did 2 mistakes at the end of the year, and my cousin, who was also the same age as me, he also made like 2 mistakes, and we actually did very well. Like compared to many other kids out there, we did really well. But our parents really wanted us to do extremely well, so they just said, "Oh, it's so bad," and all that stuff. And we cried and cried. We ate ice cream together, and we cried with my cousin who went to the same school as me. And then 7th and 8th grade, we went to this additional study place. You would go after school, and then sometimes, like on every single fucking Tuesday, there was a test exam they would do, and my mom would drive us there, pick us up from school, and then drive us to that place, and like we would take the exam. Oh man, I hated going to that place on Tuesdays. Some weeks I just didn't want to go. My mom was like, "No, you have to go. There's no other way." I was shouting, "No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go." But then at the end of the day, you know, parents win. That's how it is. But thanks to that study place, I actually did well in 7th grade exam. I did 0 mistakes, which was pretty good. Like lots of other people did 0 mistakes in the exam. But yeah, still that was solid. And 8th grade as well, I did 0 mistakes too. And I became 97th in all of Turkey in my year. 97. Imagine like 1 million kids take an exam, and I was 97 in that. that was serious success. I mean, back then when I used to think of it, it was like amazing, but like I couldn't understand how significant this is. But now when I look back at it, I'm like, shit, man, that's some crazy shit, crazy bad shit. Yeah, and then because of that, like I could go into any high school that I want in Turkey. And yeah, and I'm kind of skipping some parts, so I'll come back to the 8th grade and all that stuff because there are like other good stories there. But basically, I could go to any high school that I wanted, and then I chose my brother's high school. My brother's high school was at the point the second best public high school in Turkey, who taught in German. It gave you a German equivalent diploma, so that you can go to Germany for college if you in future if you wanted. And because it was my brother's school, I just wanted to go there. Like, I visited a few different schools. There was this private school that I could go to. It was very expensive. There was this public school, the first one, the second one, and all. And I was like, no, I want to go to my brother's school. I really like my brother. I thought, my brother went here, I should go here. This makes sense. I mean, at that point, it was not like a very informed choice. It was like mostly parents guiding us. But the part about the public and private was that I knew I didn't want to go to the private one because my parents' relationship were not that good, and my dad had been more like both of them worked, but like my dad had been the one that gained more money, and he was the one who was gonna provide for it. And I knew that like their relationship was in such a bad situation that if I went ahead with like the private school, it was just gonna be a lot. Like my mom was gonna try to be with him, stick with him. He was gonna use that. I like my dad. I respect him a lot, but like, yeah, it was not gonna be good. So I told my dad as well, hey, I want to go to the public school, and you can, whatever money that you were gonna give for the private school, you can keep it on the side. You can use it later on. It was a good deal. I didn't get that money right away. I got it eventually in college because I went to US for private college, which was fucking expensive. A lot of effort from my parents, from my dad specifically financially. But yeah, I went to that high school, and it was a great time. But before the high school, let's talk about the 8th grade. Yeah, I think 6th grade was fine. 7th grade, I had some like good friends overall. But I think 8th grade was like when things were like really cool. Because in 8th grade, like we had this big group of friends. Like it was a really cool group. We would listen to somebody I used to know. We would listen to a lot of songs. One of my best friends, Baha, was there. Now he lives in Austria. Oh man, reflecting back on life, every different aspect of it is going down the memory lane. Very interesting. And he was this crazy dude, man. Crazy dude. Yeah, more of his stories will tell. I cannot literally describe every single story of my life. That would be very difficult to do. Hopefully, every story that we will describe, it will be there. You know what will be really good? Sorry to take a pause. If I had somebody else who was guiding me during these conversations, who could kind of ask me questions that they're actually curious about, that this would be more of a conversational thing, and then I could answer their questions and like dive deeper. I think that would be so much easier, because now I'm just saying stuff all over my life, and sometimes I want to talk about some things more, but I'm not sure if I should or not, and then I'm going all over the place, which is difficult. But yeah. But let's take 15 seconds of silence. So I'll be back. Back with thoughts. Okay, now we're back. 15 seconds passed. I felt like if I didn't start again in the 15 seconds, I'm gonna stop talking to myself in this camera record, and we're just gonna make these like regular views of the road, which is not gonna be as fun. So yeah, I changed. I came back 8th grade. Oh boy, 8th grade. What a lovely time. Again, girls, this girl, that girl I liked, nobody liked back. By the way, in 5th grade there was a girl that liked me back. So after I learned that she liked me, I said, yes, let's do it. Let's hang out. And then we started dating in 5th grade. Which in 5th grade, dating is like nothing. Like, you don't even know. How do you date? Like, what do you do? How do you go out? How do you spend time? What is it like? What does it even mean to be dating when you're 5th grade? And I remember I wanted to fucking kiss her. I thought, yeah, we're dating. You know, I can kiss. No, this is what it means, right? Like, you don't know about sex stuff, which maybe you know, but like, you know, sex is not a thing in 5th grade. Hopefully not. So you just think, oh, I'll kiss. You know,
you're in an 8-minute congestion. You're still on the fastest route.
I was waiting for her to kiss me, but she didn't kiss me. And I kept asking, oh, like, can I, you know, drop you to your school bus? And before that, you know, maybe I get a kiss or something. But no, it didn't happen. She was also shy. She did not know what it meant to be dating and like how it would work out. So at the end I was like, okay, fine, I accepted this just because she liked me, but this is not going anywhere. I'm not getting what I want. She's shy, and I actually like other girl more, and she learned about it. She got mad at me that I like the other girl, and yeah, either she stopped it or I stopped it. Most likely she stopped it. I don't remember. But yeah, okay. I'm gonna pause for now because my friend is calling me. So I'm just gonna talk to my friend. But I'll be back. Yes, my friend Mohammed. I've given him his name. I'm not going to give last name, but my friend Momo, or in other words, that's his nickname. Called, and we had a great talk. He was wondering what happened about like the farewell to the company and all those things. So we'll do that. I realized that when these videos are being taken, the GoPro that I'm using is also going through a lot of trouble with its charge. So we don't have much charge, but I just want to come back to this, and then I'll charge the GoPro in some way, and I will get back on it. But so for now, we'll stop the stories. But I just want to give a quick look back, and in the meantime that I was gone for like 30 minutes, having conversation with my friend. What has happened is that we came into farmlands. Now this is why you see these on the right side that are actually cows and things. And there's this one truck that for some reason putting out like really bad gas outside. Yes, welcome back. It's been some time. I am on I-5 now, going down south. Like it's maybe the basic highway between SF, San Francisco, and Los Angeles, LA. couldn't take like videos there because I was charging my GoPro. This is my first time actually filming these GoPro videos in my car and using the GoPro. Because of that, I didn't understand how fast the battery would go, and this GoPro 9 Black, so it's pretty older version, and fully depleted the battery after like 15 minutes of recording the first session. Now we're back. As you can see, we have like a few cars. I like speed, I like driving. I don't mind it. Today it's a little bit long because we're trying to go towards Death Valley National Park. It's an 8-hour drive down to south from where I was in the area, Santa Clara, where my office is. We're on our way. I think it's been so far almost 2.5 hours. So I still got lots of way to go, and it's kind of becoming night now. As you can see, it will be a boring drive because this part of the highway is actually like just it's really straight, flatlands. But before that, as I said, there were interesting areas. We went through the Salt Lake recreation area on the California state parks. That area was very beautiful, lots of hills. The Salt Lake was beautiful images, and also it was very lush green because of the season. I really loved passing through that area, but sorry you guys didn't get to see it. What I'm planning to do is that maybe drive another hour or so, then get some food. And while I'm getting food, I'm gonna figure out like my charging situation, because I used to do this kind of road trip before, and I would just charge my phone from the car. It's very simple, but now when I do that with this car, this is my new car I've been using the past 3 years, it has some issues about like its electricity, so I don't like charging my phone from here. And also I put some water, like I got my phone like wet in a trip a few months ago, and because of that my phone also doesn't charge in the regular USB-C cable. I have to have like magnetic charger for my phone, which is kind of annoying, and that one also doesn't come into my car. So what I'm doing is I'm actually using my laptop to charge my phone and also my GoPro. And I don't remember how much I charged my laptop the day before. So because of that, I have to be a little bit conscious about my video filming, to prioritize my phone, because if my phone is dead, I don't know where I am. If I encounter any issues, I got nobody to call. It's just dangerous if you're on the road. In this age, 2026, you gotta have your phone charged. That's the only way to survive. Anything that happens, you gotta call like Allstate or AAA, something like that. They told you, they help you out. But yeah, I just wanted you to see how it looks like. It's almost becoming nighttime, and how different areas of the drive is. I was telling you about my 8th grade stories. We will come back to that afterwards. When I'm actually making a better recording instead of this short one with charging problems. But in the meantime, I'm listening to a podcast of Lex Friedman. He's this guy who has a lot of technology, research, science people over his podcast, or like writers, and talks and dives deep into specific topics with them. Some of it is great, some of it is bad. He has like specific opinions. I don't agree with all his opinions. He really is a big capitalist and freedom guy. I also love freedom, and freedom matters to me a lot. But I'm not as biased in general that like, oh, US America is the best freedom. We do have a lot of freedom, and I like freedom. And you can do a lot of material things here in the US as a free person, but there's still some aspects that you US is not free in any ways, but those are also other topics. Coming back to, I'm not a very crazy pro-capitalist person. I understand how it has been embedded in some ways than other systems, but I don't like that everything is just for money. There are other values that sometimes at very end capitalist behavior we forget, and that I still find these podcasts very interesting overall. I work in technology. I was going to say this. I'm a software engineer. I've been working 4 years as a software engineer, and I study computer science in college. I have an undergraduate degree from the University of Michigan in computer science and a master's degree from the same university under computer science and engineering. So I'm a tech guy who lives in Seattle. Definitely, obviously I like these kind of tech conversations, but I'm not very crazy. I like other aspects of life. I'm not just a tech bro that does nothing but just build startups, like make things happen. I'm not that kind of person. But I like to learn about what's happening out there in my field, right? Because it is my field. I need to know. And these days, as you all know, AI things are happening. People are afraid what's gonna happen with AI. Are we gonna lose our jobs? Is AI gonna come and dominate us? Are we gonna go through like Terminators kind of and all these things? How do we build actually AI? Should we push through and fight with China and bring in the AI race, or should we be more ethical thinking and like more security mindset thinking, defensive minded thinking, and like actually understand what the hell are we building out there? I have a lot of thoughts on that. I will share some of it in detail, but the general summary is that I think it's good that we're working on AI. It's good that we should be like thinking about improving it as much as possible and spend resources, because definitely it is a very transformative technology, just like how the internet, how computers, how electricity was, and all these technologies. The parts that I disagree is that I don't necessarily think that like we should just let everything from security and defensive mindset just because like we have this AI race to win against China. I don't think that. First of all, I'm a big no to making this new Cold War between US and China. Why can't we just like collaborate and make things better for all humanity? Obviously, you wanna have power, but I feel like China and US in general are like tools, geographically very separated, that actually they can own their own domains and like help each other out. Like they don't need to be very anti each other. And I feel like maybe I'm misreading it, but I think China doesn't feel that intense about this. I think China's goal is just to, just do their own thing as much as possible. Once they do their own thing really well, they will dominate it anyways. Whereas like US is like kinda actually really scared of China. It's gonna dominate, so they're trying to defeat China before China becomes too big. So they are all on this push, but I don't think this is the best way to defeat it or like make it happen. If I were them, I would collaborate more. And we should definitely build more secure AI and ethical and defense AI. The difficulty is, what is that? How do we define that? What are the processes? What are the guidelines? Making these are really difficult. It takes a long time. And whilst people are very incentivized to build it as fast as possible and as big as possible, as long as it makes money, it becomes very difficult, right? Because the other process where you're building same thing is always going to be slow. So which one is going to win? Definitely the faster one is going to bring more money. In this mindset of capital is going to win, which I don't think we should be prioritizing that. We should make it more balanced. Speed matters, but quality matters as well. You cannot just decrease quality in the sense of safety quality and just focus on speed. You have to have them both at the same time. AI, it will be a very interesting future to see what will happen. I think a lot of people are definitely going to lose their jobs. There will be some new jobs that will be created that people need to learn and adapt and utilize, like all these AI tools. But a lot of jobs are going to be lost. This is what we have seen before as well. You just have to adapt to it. The younger generations will be able to adapt much faster. The older generations not as much. So it is going to be very critical. But I don't think that AI is going to take over in the sense that the humans are never going to be needed. Everything is going to be AI. No, there's still a lot of human aspects of it. As long as AI doesn't kill us all or like remove us all completely from the system, there's still going to be a lot of human aspects. Because as humans, that's what we want to be. And we want to be able to connect. We want to be able to just enjoy our lives with other humans, not AIs. At least in this generation, that's how it is. Maybe in future, 40 years down the line, there could be maybe AI sexual people and like people who believe in AI as like their church or religious things, and things can change. But at least for now, we still have those like human desires, human connection that we want to preserve. And I believe that will still be there. And all these AI things are just going to be tools for us to make things faster, to make things better, to make things have like incredible skill. And I don't think we will ever reach that threshold with like AGI and all that. AI is pretty good and like pretty smart, pretty intelligent, but it still operates on gold standard. As long as we have the data, like it's not generating as much initial data, in my opinion, you're just like guiding it further and further. Maybe I'm wrong, but this is how I see it. Just a quick summary of my thinking of AI. And yeah, I think this was cool, right? We talked about AI in this dark night, and we'll talk about some other stuff afterwards. For now, I'll say goodbye. Maybe after lunch, if you have a charge, take a look at it again. Okay. Now we are heading towards Ridgecrest, which is like around like 2 hours away from the Dead Valley National Park, and I will stay the night in Ridgecrest. I will stay at a motel. Right now it's almost 11 p.m. I have another like 25 minutes to go. Since last time we talked, what did we do? Like we made a stop at Denny's. I had like dinner. Santa Fe sizzling skillet. I really love that shit. When I was in college, I loved ordering Denny's to my place, like DoorDash it late in the night when I was drunk over like Saturday nights, 3 a.m. Denny's was always open. I loved ordering it. Or sometimes I would just go either with friends or by myself to Denny's and eat it. Definitely not like very healthy foods, but it is good. It tastes good. That's what matters. After Denny's, we drove, like we exited I-5 and then we used like some local state roads. We passed through nice lakes area. Sequoia National Forest was there like for maybe like 45 minutes. last townish area was, I think it's Mission, not Richmond, but yeah. Okay, at the next stop we'll take left. Okay, apparently Bishop is not. Ow, ouch. Yeah, lots of camera issues, but it is still running. We are still going on, even though you don't see me. I'm fixing it. Take these big turns, and we don't make these like big turns well. And these, in this car, we make them well, but the GoPro is not like sticking on the surface of my car. So what can I do? Again, coming back to what we had been saying, that yeah, like this Ridgecrest, we're gonna stay here. So probably I'll get in the motel around like 11:30 or so, or maybe like 12, and then I'm thinking of like sleeping maybe like 6 hours, wake up at 6, take a quick shower, then go to a gas station, get gas, get some breakfast, get some coffee, and then head to the national park. Going to the national park in that valley is going to take another 2 hours, and it's going to be a long day because it's a very big national park, and there are some areas that we want to cover. It's exciting. Like when I was going on that narrow, like winding roads, one lane, because I wasn't also expecting the road to be like that late in this night, where today I woke up at like 6 a.m. in the morning to go to office. I kind of got scared a little bit. But when I get scared like that... Alo. İyidir abi, sen nasılsın? Ne yapıyorsun? İyi. Ridgecrest diye bir yere gidiyorum. Orada kalacağım akşam. Evet, Ridgecrest. Daha ne kadar, yani 20 dakikam falan var. 20 dakika falan sonra oradayım yani. Ama orası işte 2 saat, yani 2 saat uzaklıkta, Death Valley'e 2 saat uzaklıkta. Yarın sonra sabah erken kalkıp Death Valley'e doğru gideceğim biz. Bakersfield'ı geçtik. Bakersfield'ı geçeli 1,5 saat falan oldu en az. Saat falan herhalde. O civarda bir şey. Aynen. Evet. Oğlum Death Valley bayağı şeye yakınmış. Nevada'ya yakın yani aslında. Nevada sınırında yani. Evet abi, Sequoia National Forest'tan falan geçtim yani. Çöle gelmek için öyle düşün. Bayağı oldu. Aradığın için teşekkür ederim. Durum iyi şu an yani. Takip ediyorsundur. Sen ne yapıyorsun? Ne yaptın? Oo, çok güzel. Hadi bakalım. Sen şu an gidiyorsun ya tabii. Tek başına mı gittin? Şimdi bu akşam. Sen işten sonra çıktın o yüzden. Anladım. Abi sen de dikkatli sür. Sağ salim var. Havaya. Zaten hafta sonu bol bol eğlenirsin. fazla yüksekmiş her şey için, orası için yani. O yükseklikte. Alırsın ya oradan bir şey. En kötü donla girersin. Olur, halledersin ya. Alo. Ha, çekmedi. Ya benden ya senden. İkimiz de yolda olduğumuz için hangimizde olduğunu bilemiyorum. Anneme numaranı attım ha. Annem de arkadaşların numarasını verdi. Ben numaranı verdim. Yok, anneme numaranı verdim, numaranı. Yani dedi arkadaşların numarasını verdim. Ay, yıllar önceki şey mi diyorsun? O yüzden cidden mi? Üniversitede yazıyor muydu sana? Çok iyi. Çok iyiymiş ya. Bayağı iyi. Öyle. Ya. Varacağız abi. Böyle devam. Senin işin kolay. Sen varıyorsun, sonra keyif, sonra bir de dönüş. Benim 10 gün böyle devam. Çok evet. Yok ya, burada da her gün 6 saat yapmayacağım aslında da işte bu ilk gün biraz böyle uzun, ilk gittiğimiz National Park uzak olduğu için mesafe kat etmemiz lazım. Yine gel. Deathwell'den sonra bilmiyorum, belki Vegas'a uğrarım, belki Grand Canyon'a uğrarım. Grand Canyon'u düşünüyordum ama Grand Canyon'a direkt es geçip direkt Utah'taki yerlere de gidebilirim. Biraz duruma göre bakacağım yani. Yarın bakalım Deathwell'de ne yapacağım. Page, Arizona mı? Yok, oralara hiç gitmedim. Lake Powell. Sen onların isimlerini at bana, ben bakarım onlara. Bilmiyorum abi. Nereden gideceğim henüz. Ama Grand Canyon taraftan işte Vegas'ın üstünden geçecek yani kesin. Aha. Kuzeye. Orası güzel, Antelope Canyon'u biliyorum. Gitmedim ama çok duydum yani orası. Oralar bayağı iyi. Tamam. Ben bir bakarım rotaya. Senin de attığın yerlere bakarım, yazarım sana. Selam söyle bütün çocuklara. Herkese selam söyle onlara. Hadi iyi geceler, sağ salim var abi. Sen de dikkat et. Hadi bay bay. Kolay gelsin. Bay bay. İyi geceler. Yay, my friend called me. He's my housemate. He's also Turkish, as you could tell. I was speaking Turkish. It was nice. He's also going to. Also on the road. He's going to Tahoe to ski this weekend. I'm not sure if he's gonna ski because the snow is not that great. But he said he'll just chill, have a good time, relax, grab some beers, just enjoy the mountain style. He's going with some friends. Most of them are also Turkish. I think there's a big Turkish gang here that he has introduced me to. And I really do appreciate that. I really enjoy that, being able to reconnect with Turkish folks more in San Francisco. because previously I lived in Boston for almost 3 years. There were some Turkish people there, but not like any close ones that I had after graduating from college. When I moved there, like I didn't have many Turkish friends there, which is fine. Like I didn't mind it. I also like international crowds and just Americans, but still, it's nice to be able to speak your language. And now that we live together in the same house, we just like talk Turkish all the time, and I feel like more connected to my culture. We talk about like food, we talk about like different places, we talk about, you know, back from like our high school days, middle school days, our families and stuff like that. It's really nice to be able to have that connection as an immigrant. Yeah, when I was in college, I also was part of like a Turkish Student Association, and my friend was also involved there. We were on the board and organizing events. We enjoyed that a lot, trying to provide for the community back in college in Michigan. And that's how we got closer. Yeah, man, good times. We would make these tea events, and people would just come, take tea and coffee. We would have like Turkish snacks. We would go to this Middle Eastern store in Michigan, a little bit south of Ann Arbor. And yeah, good times, man. We would sometimes organize Turkish dinners, Turkish dinner with rakı, the Turkish liquor. We would have like feasts, a lot of mezes, appetizers, olive dips, yogurt dips, eggplant dips, tomato-based dips. We love Turkish food. It was great times back in college days. Lots of college members that I will be sharing in the next couple days. This is only the beginning. But I'm very happy that he called me and checked up on me. And I'm glad he's also safe, that he's gonna enjoy this weekend. He also loves traveling and exploring, adventuring in nature, so I think we both enjoy it. So I'm gonna turn like the video off for now, because I need to figure out which motel I'm gonna stay at and where is it actually. But we are very close to Ridgecrest, and that's where we'll be staying today. So, but thank you for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed it. So